With a gasoline-contaminated water supply, a Midland area family is finally going to get some help. Texaco Canada will drill them a new well. Total News brought you the story of the Lizotte family on Wednesday. For 2 years, their well has been contaminated by gasoline leaking from the gas station next door. After suffering lead poisoning, they had been carting bottled water from town and bathing at the homes of relatives. And they told our Julie Roper they're pleased to the gas station owners, past and present, to the Texaco company, even to the Environment Ministry. We're getting them nowhere. Julie made several calls on Wednesday afternoon, and the end result was a hastily called meeting between the family and officials from Texaco. They now say they will send a team to the Lizottes to choose a site for a new well, and work should begin within the next 3 weeks. Meantime, the repainting of a freighter in the Midland harbor is causing some water worries because chips of the old paint are falling in the water. Some people fear for the environment, while others are worried about the tourist trade. Again, Julie Roper looked into the story.
She's freshly painted and looking fit to leave port, but that facelift has caused controversy. The Quebecois was sandblasted and repainted, but the old paint, sand and rust ended up in the Midland harbor. One city councillor is angry.
That's a big concern for this area because it's a tourist area, and therefore I feel that the ministry should have been on it right away.
Tests are being done on the substances that fell from the ship, but they're not thought to contain lead. Still, the Ministry of Environment has concerns.
Well, it's not acceptable to the Ministry of the Environment to put that kind of material in the lake at all. We don't know what the paint actually is. We know there's rust there. We've taken samples of the paint, and that will be tested in our laboratories in Toronto. The whole practice will have to be reviewed. Normally, I would have anticipated they would put tarps by the sides of the vessels to collect anything that was taken off the vessels.
The winter painting method has been done for years in Hamilton and Montreal ports. The company that did the work says this is much ado about nothing.
You can see some paint in here, some minor chips in here that go with it, but again, it's not a lead content, so really what's there to worry about?
In Midland, Julie Roper, Total News.
And there is yet another water story out of Midland tonight. Sometime overnight, 50,000 gallons of wastewater spilled out of the Mitsubishi plant and into the Wye River. Company spokesmen say it's not harmful, but the Ministry of Environment wants to do some testing before backing up that statement. The spill apparently follows a breakdown in a sump pump in Mitsubishi's filtration system. The water did go through part of the treatment before the accidental discharge. Because the spill may contain traces of some chemicals, the ministry has sent samples to a lab in Toronto, and they expect the results in about 10 days. Environment officials don't believe the spill will be in any way toxic to humans, but they fear it may harmfully affect fish or plants in the river. Bala OPP are checking on the sighting of a suspicious vehicle outside a Hurlings Point home only 15 minutes before the house was gutted by fire. Pamela Hutchison, the owner of the home, was away on vacation. Her friends have started a relief fund at the Bala branch of the TD Bank. The no visitors sign is out at the Dufferin Area Hospital in Orangeville. It is because of an outbreak of the flu. Administrators assure us there isn't an epidemic, but they do say they're trying to contain its spread by restricting visitors until further notice. Picture this contest for the next federal election. Frank Stronach running for the Liberals, facing off against conservative Sinclair Stevens. Nothing is official yet, but if the race does line up this way, it will certainly be one to watch. Today, Stronach, the chairman of the manufacturing plant, rolled its 1 millionth part off the line this afternoon, and the wheel plant in BARRIE is planning further expansion. The plant's 260 employees looked on as the 1 millionth aluminum cast wheel rolled off the line. So far, the plant has been supplying about half of the wheels for domestic automakers. The other half goes overseas.
We were right when we said BARRIE would be a good place to put our plant in. We have shown that we could build wheels, quality wheels, at a competitive price. And having 1 million produced means we also sold the 1 million wheels, and that in itself it's a proof in the pudding.
Volkswagen hopes to double its original investment of $60 million within the next few years. There are still few details to pass along tonight on the report.